Morning world, this is Invisible Bunny from beautiful sunny Florida. As you can see, I'm out in the nature. By the way, if you ever think about Florida and you see all these palm trees, yeah, this is most of what it looks like. We have palm trees too, but this is pretty much all of Florida right here. Throw a rock and you're gonna hit something like this. Anyways, the reason why I'm making a video this morning is because last night I was kind of sitting staring at the stars. And I'd forgotten how much I love to stare and just stargaze, you know? I remember when I was back home in Pensacola, Florida, we'd sit out in the back at least 3 to 4 times a week, and we would just stare at the stars and for hours and hours and hours, and all the awe and all that was possible, you know? And it always dawned on me that oftentimes we as humans think that we are the miracle on this planet. One of the things that we don't tend to not understand, I should say, is that we are not the miracle. We are part of a miracle I call God. You can call him whatever you want, him, her, it, energy, whatever it is. I just call it God. So, and we are a part of it, and the reason why I think that's important is because we often determine how we're going to treat other people based on how they treat us. Well, somebody's got to start. And if you were to think of, let's take this. Let's say God is your whole body, right? And all of space and planets and stars and galaxies and all that stuff encompass your whole body, known as God. Okay, omnipresent, the whole deal. And if you were to fall asleep on your arm and it starts to tingle and it hurts, you're not going to stab it. You're not going to wish it to fall off and hope, in reality, I mean, I'm sure you're going to be saying, hey, I wish my arm would just fall off so I wouldn't have to feel this. But you're not going to stab your arm. You're not going to hurt your arm. You're not going to do anything like that. What you're going to do is you're going to say, I shouldn't have slept on my arm. Or, it hurts, but it's going to feel better in just a minute. But we oftentimes treat people like, oh, they're looking at me this way, or they're being mean to me, or they have this problem, or they've had a bad day, or whatever it is. And we need to understand that the battle is not between you and the person. The battle is between two egos. And oftentimes what happens is the ego has a strong desire to win. It's about, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Well, the soul wants to be happy, and the ego always wants to be right. So we got to kind of, oh, there's a squirrel. Hold on a second. One of the things I love about nature. I mean, you can just come out here. Hey, buddy. Hey, how you doing? Yeah? Sometimes you see rabbits, bobcats, alligators, whatever, it doesn't matter. And now he's doing a show for me. He was jumping back and forth between the things. But, yeah, so you've got this battle between the egos. And ego always wants to be right. Ego always wants to be justified, vilified, always wants to point things out in hindsight, say, hey, I was right about this, I was wrong about that. Oh, actually, the ego hardly ever says I was wrong. But the soul, the spirit, the energy that's within you, that is shared amongst all of space, all through God, all through everything, just wants to be happy, just wants to be loved, just wants to give love. There are a lot of times when it's hard for you to give love to somebody because your ego stands in the way. And all the change that you could have as a result of it is thrown out the window. Why? Because you're angry. Why? Because you're sad. Why? Because you're having a bad day. Why? Because something horrible happened to you last week, last year, 10 years ago, whatever it is, and you'll be damned if you're going to let something like that come in and destroy you again, hurt you again, make you angry, which is kind of a form of hurt. I mean, you can't get angry without being offended or something like that. You know what I mean? So, but you need to still show the love, because not everybody's going to be receptive to it, and not everybody's going to just accept it. Because I'm not going to lie, there are a lot of people that turn around and accuse me of, it can't be that way, or there must be some hidden ulterior motive, or whatever. And I'm human just like anybody else. I screw up. I get mad. I throw stuff. And I do. I'm not all just happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean? But one of the things that's just brought to my attention is, as far as remembering something, is I remember one time my son was talking to me and he said, well, why should I do this? Not why do I have to or anything like that, but why should I go and tell all these people and smile on my face, try to show love to everybody, when most of those people aren't going to show me the love back? Well, it's not because of anything in particular other than it's ain't about you. Not about me. It's not about you. It's not about anybody else. It's about what you bring to the table. The effect, the legacy that you leave behind. That's what it's about. And I remember one time I said, you know what, why don't you jump in the car? I want to show you something. I guess he was expecting me to take him to some kind of like Holy Land or whatever, but no, I took him to Publix. Yeah, that's right. I took him to Publix. I had no intention of buying anything. I just thought for whatever reason I needed to go there. So we get out of the car, and the first thing I do is while I'm walking down the parking lot, and he's walking next to me, and I see this woman walking down. Well, I smile at her. I smile at everybody. Two things you can count on me for is a smile and a hug, that's for sure. But I smile at this lady. She does not give me anything back. She gives me the evil eye. Evil eye. So I didn't care because right behind her was the lady who had caught my smile and smiled back at me. Well, when she did that, she then smiled at the lady behind me, which I didn't even know was there. I turned around and was like, what is she smiling at? I turned around and there's the lady behind me. That lady started smiling at her. So now we've got all these people smiling, right? There's nobody smiling in that parking lot. We get into the Publix, and I grab a card and I give it to the lady that was behind me. As I'm walking to get another card, a gentleman that I had not seen comes and gives me his card. And it's just one thing happened right after the other, and all it started off with was a smile. That's all it was. It wasn't anything grand. It wasn't anything. I didn't do any big feat. All I did was smile. All I did, every time I leave somebody, I say, I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you have an awesome day. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Whatever it is. Why? Because what you speak, your heart believes. And if you let it go around the other way around, when you're brokenhearted, you're going to tend to be very, very unpleasant to people. Now, I don't really care so much about what people think about me, or you shouldn't care so much about what people think about you, but at some point you do have to say, what am I bringing to the table? That is when you need to turn around and realize, hey, wait a minute. Okay, what could I have done? Not to go and beat yourself up and say, oh, I should have done things differently. That moment's gone. What are you going to do in the future? What are you going to do next? And as long as we all show love, and as long as we all show what it is that we're capable of, as humans, okay, not perfect. I'm not Gandhi. I'm not Jesus. I'm not any of those people. I'm me. And I do have my mess ups. I'm a former addict. I'm a former, little bit of not a bad boy, but I had a bad temper problem. I had a lot of things that were going on in my life that screwed me up, is what it is. And all I had to do was I had to come to peace and say, you know what, that's not me anymore. It's like the meme says, if you haven't talked to me in a year, allow me to reintroduce myself. Constantly changing, constantly growth, little by little, sometimes huge steps, sometimes little steps, sometimes steps not fast enough for anybody in particular. But you know what? It's not their steps to take, it's mine. Just like it's your steps to take, not theirs. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that with you and have a good morning to the world. And I'll show you, this is kind of one of my favorite spots to come to. I'll show you a little bit, okay? All right. Right now I'm in Palm Bay, Florida, but this is a part of a park. I don't know if you can see. But it's the whole nature thing. Ah, there you go. See? It's absolutely gorgeous in my opinion anyways. But yeah, so I want y'all to have a good morning, and peace be with you, and positive vibes coming your way, all right? If you have any questions or anything or comments, if you like and share, just let me know anything you want to talk about. Love to talk. Talk to you later.